Hey everyone, my name is Jin Yim, and I was assigned chapter 16 in the Inequality Reader. My chapter is titled The Missing Class. The chapter is by Catherine S. Newman and Victor Tan Shin. In this chapter, the topic was the missing class crisis in America, and how this class is overlooked by the U.S. society. They don't meet the qualifications to specifically be poor, but they also don't meet the qualifications to specifically be considered as middle class. This class suffers from an identity crisis, as pointed out by the authors. Their ultimate point of view, they fail to qualify for government help since they can't classify as poor, and many of them suffer from the same issues as the poor class. Now, in this chapter, the authors use some real life examples of who is considered the missing class. Valerie Rushing is a Long Island railroad worker. She has two children, and she works blue collar class work. Doing toilet work, cleaning toilets. She gets paid about $12 an hour. Her rent is about $700 a month, and she struggles to take care of her two children. Whatever she can save, she tries to save. But this is one example. Another example that they use is Thomas Linares, who works as a development disabilities worker. He actually holds two jobs. His job is basically to kind of as a disabled worker. He doesn't get paid a lot of money. I think he makes about $20,000 a year with one of his jobs, and he works another job. He lives in a rundown apartment and struggles to pay his bills and things like that. Thomas Linares is in his mid-50s, so you could consider him as a senior. Gloria Hall is another example that they use. She's a city health department worker. Gloria Hall is also a part of the missing class as well. She's an employee for the city health department. She was recently diagnosed with a rare form of cancer that her job can't pay for. She has children of her own that she finds it hard to care for. And all of these examples, all of these people are examples of the missing class because they don't qualify for government help under to be poor class, but they're not also meeting the standards or the requirements to be middle class as well. The struggles of the missing class is failure to qualify for government assistance. Just like the poor, they lack education. The children lack education. They get poor job benefits, such as Gloria Hall, whose job cannot pay for her rare form of cancer, and they live in struggling communities. So what I took away from this chapter is that the missing class suffers greatly from a crisis identity, and it's really overlooked by the media, by the United States, but yet no one kind of tries to look at the missing class and try to give them the help that they need. They can't qualify for poor class, but yet they struggle. They have the same struggles, and a lot of them have the same struggles just as poor people, but yet they can't get government assistance because they don't qualify as the poor class. But yet they're not also able to qualify as middle class because they don't meet the wealth standard. So just something to think about that I want to ask is the missing class a byproduct of a rising corporate America, with everything, the culture of corporate America changing, and now you need degrees, things like that, higher education? Or is government policy slow to reform to a changing America? Has the government kind of failed to change to the rise of corporate America, or do you think it's both? Just something to think about, and thank you for tuning in to my presentation. Once again, this is Jin Yim. I would definitely love to hear from you guys. Thanks.